Welcome to the Run Cult podcast, where running meets the culture. I am your host, Rebecca, also known as Look Slinger Girl online. This podcast is all about running, the culture, and the stories that connect us. We'll dive deep into the races that we run, the people shaping the landscape here in the running scene out here in Atlanta, and the community that makes it all come to life. So a little bit about me. Who am I? I'm a runner, a fitness enthusiast, a fashion girly, and a content creator. I started running probably the fall of 2023, and my passion has been growing ever since. So I decided, why not share this with the world? If you're a seasoned runner, just starting out, maybe thinking about getting into running or getting back into running, this podcast is for you. We call it the Run Cult Podcast, or Run Cult, and this will be our space to connect, learn, get inspired, get these jokes off, and stay motivated. What you can expect from this podcast is us talking a little bit more about the races, meeting some key players in the Atlanta running scene, talk to some experts, and discuss the lessons that can help us grow, not only as runners, but as human beings. You can expect some guest interviews, race recaps, training tips, and stories that celebrate our running community. I wanted to create a space where runners of all paces can feel at home. We're going to break down the barriers between runners of different levels and celebrate all of our achievements, because you know, I don't play when it comes to these medals, honey. So, this podcast is more than just about running. It's about pushing past our limits, getting back into the sport, and supporting one another along our journey. Not only our running journey, but our life's journey. So in our next episode, we'll have a chat with Polo. He is the leader of the Run and Brunch Run Club, sponsored by Lululemon, which is my main run club, and how he's making a difference here in Atlanta. So you're not going to want to miss that. If you wanted to know a little bit about what motivated me to start this podcast, I looked around and I was attending a lot of races. I was joining these different clubs, and I just noticed how much of a rich culture that we have here in Atlanta. So I decided, why not capture this special moment in time and capture all these people, places, the culture, hence Run Cult. As you know, us runners in our community, we're like a cult. So that's kind of where the double entendre comes from. But it's also really about the different threads that come together to weave this beautiful tapestry of the running community here in Atlanta. So that's kind of what we have here. That's a little bit about the podcast. If there are any businesses or brands that want to support the local running community and the fitness community here, I'd love to talk a little bit more about any sponsorship opportunities. So I will leave my contact information below. And if you are excited to join Run Cult, make sure that y'all subscribe, like this post, share it with your friends, and make sure to follow us on both Instagram and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Run Cult podcast.